So I've been getting this numerous type of questions. Some people are easy. How long would it take me to start learning a particular programming language like Python, for example? How long would it take me to learn it completely and master it? Like the first question I do ask when I hear this kind of question, when people ask me this kind of question, I'll just smile a bit. The first question I'll ask you back is that uh, which language have you know? Do you not know? And but you have heard of. Some people will be like, I know, I've heard about Spanish, I've heard about Chinese, but I did not know it. So the first, another question I'll ask that if you are to learn this Spanish or to learn Japanese or to learn any other language that you choose, how long is it going to take you to actually learn this? Because we tend to, when we hear about computer programming or programming languages, we tend to throw away the language that one language that actually exists in it. We tend to see it as a kind of a mind-blowing something that will just drive us crazy, that we no longer think of it as a normal language. That's one of the mistakes that people do. And one thing you should know about when it comes to programming language, they're actually just normal language. Like the language you use to communicate with yourself, like that of English language, Spanish, Japanese, Igbo language, Yoruba language, a whole lot of other languages out there. But these programming language are mainly used to communicate with computers. That's just mainly the use of this language. Like, so on a normal share, if you think on a normal common sense, if you think of it, you have to try to list the type of languages that you know. If you have to say English, Python, JavaScript, maybe Spanish, Chinese, C++, you are not actually wrong, because they are actually a language on its own. So that will lead me back to what I do, and when people ask me how long will it take to learn programming language, there is a question I do ask. How long will it take you to learn a particular human language that we use to communicate with each other? How long that you did not know before, maybe just heard about it? How long will it going to take you to learn that language? And which effort are you going to put into it for it to be able to achieve this? If, for example, now I've not heard about Spanish, like me, I can't speak some other language. I might try to speak a little bit of Spanish, but not really much. But let's say some language that I've not heard, like all the native languages that I did not know out there, and then I try to learn it. If I say, okay, it's going to take me maybe a period of, let's assume, 4 months, depending on on how I was able to put effort to, like 4 to 6 months, depending. Or if I'm not really serious with it, it can take a full year. You can see that with this analogy, if you can see that, oh, if you put this much effort to learn this particular language, maybe you can cover it up in 6 months. Or if you have somebody there that is going to coach you, maybe somebody that is familiar with it, like you can check my YouTube channel, as also familiar, can learn Python programming language. My YouTube channel, anything you need to know, but that's not what we're actually talking about in this video. But you can see that actually inputting more effort to it, and then with this, estimating how long it's going to take you to learn Spanish if you don't know Spanish. Let's assume that you say that, oh, I'm can learn Spanish within a period of 6 months. So if you are to jump into another programming language, and that effort you took you to achieve that in 6 months, so you know that you are going to learn a particular programming language within that month. It can be, it's not actually fully true, because some language are a little bit easier to understand. Like some of us, if we were to dive into Python, and initially it's going to be a little bit easier compared to some other language. It does not mean that it's going to be a piece of cake. If you estimated that it's going to take you 6 months, you'll be expecting something like almost 5 to that 6 months. Don't expect something less than that. And it all boils down to your effort and how long you are willing to go to achieve this. So that also give you a good knowledge on how long it's going to take you to learn a particular programming language. I've seen some video, you might have seen some video that tell you learn Python in 2 minutes, learn less than 30 seconds. There are actually a kind of a way, like a trick for you to actually learn a particular language. That's for you to get the everything on your head. Because if you look at it, like what I said initially, when you hear about programming language, don't forget that language. That language, there's trying to tell you that is a language also. Now we know that there's something you are familiar with. Like if you can speak English, like as I'm communicating with you now, you can hear and understand what I'm actually trying to say. So with this, maybe like Python or C++, you can speak with computer for understand what we're actually trying to say. If I speak Python to you, you'll not be able to understand what I'm actually trying to say. And if I speak Spanish to computer cannot understand what I'm trying to say. Consider each language is meant for a particular purpose, but just don't forget that language there, that because that's where I find people making the mistake. When you hear computer programming language, you see it becomes a problem. But when you hear human language, you feel relaxed, like you are not being stressed. So think of when you hear programming language, don't get yourself all worked up for nothing, because at the end of the day, it's still a way to communicate with our system, or human language is the way to communicate with ourselves. So that's just basically what I want us to look at, because I keep on getting this request all the time. People asking me how long will it take me to learn a Python programming language or any other programming languages out there. And there's another advantage when it comes to programming languages. So once you learn one particular programming language, to learn other ones becomes a little bit easier, because particular language is you also like trying to wrap your head around the logic behind learning other programming language. Like when I learned Python initially, when I tried learning like Kotlin, started learning MC++, started learning other languages, it was a little bit easier for me. But it's trying to but it's not actually that it's going to be a piece of cake, but it's going to be easy. I can understand how the syntax works by just by looking at it. So this is one of the things us to look at in this video. So how long is it going to take you to learn Python programming or any other programming language? First ask yourself, if you want to learn new language, how long is it going to take you? They are just basically simple. So I think this should be it. If you find this video helpful, subscribe button will be a bad thing, like will be a bad thing. You can also share with your friends who might be having this kind of challenges. So I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you.